Outside of TikTok or Snap or Pinterest, you really have to be a particular product to be positioned there. Whereas Facebook, you don't have to be particular. You just have to know who you want to reach, who you want to talk to, and you have to push the button to go on.
Let's move to step number 1, which is really around the foundations of setting up your Facebook ads. So the first question I have for you, Nick, is like, who should be using Facebook ads and why?
Generally, this question comes from those that doubt the impact that Facebook has. So I'm very familiar with it. It's something that we have to overcome. We are a service business. We need new brands, which is essentially a large ticket item. We are expensive, we are a large ticket item. Facebook has all the customers meaning mom, dad, vice presidents, CMOs, CFOs. It has everybody on that platform already. The only intricacy and the only change for agencies or consultants or those looking to sell specific services is the targeting, right? That's the beauty of Facebook, and that's the beauty of digital marketing in general, is instead of putting up a billboard or putting anything that's so stagnant and static, for lack of a better term, Facebook stays dynamic and will find you the customers that are looking to buy. Hard stop. No change is ever going to go away from that. And so if you are an agency, the way that you use this tool is most likely with a lead gen. I would love to give you an audit. As they get in that funnel, as soon as they get off of Facebook, that's on you. How do you close? How do you sell? Right? Those things will never change. B2B, same exact thing. You're able to leverage Facebook to reach the consumers because everybody's there, everybody's on, and the demographics, as we know, with majority of the purchasers. Now I can even speak to worldwide audiences versus just specific to USA. The demographic of most active users on specifically Facebook, not even talking about Instagram, is 35 plus, which for us is a little bit over the millennials, but they still have the capital and they still are looking for the services that you guys are all selling. Same with B2B, same with overall. Then you move into e-commerce brands. I don't think I need to convince a single person here that if you're selling something online and you're not running it on Facebook, you're purposely choosing to give your competitors your consumers. It's almost like you're running Google ads and you choose not to run branded. It's just unfathomable.
Yeah, what else?
Well, I think the final one out of that, we've already talked about B2B, we talked about services. I think SaaS. SaaS to me, leveraging Facebook, and we have to go through this too. We have a tool called Constant Creative where we're selling content packages, right? We're edit. We understand LTV is so valuable, and if we can have the cost per acquisition profitable on break even or profitable on day one, we're already in the green. And if we can back out, okay, on average, I have a product and I have a service, they're gonna be with us for 3 months. That just means I can spend more than everybody else to acquire that customer. That again is the beauty of Facebook, whether you're SaaS, B2B, e-commerce, or a large service, your consumer is someone. And what are the tools you have at hand? Okay, outside of TikTok or Snap or Pinterest, you really have to be a particular product to be positioned there. Whereas Facebook, you don't have to be particular. You just have to know who you want to reach, who you want to talk to, and you have to push the button to go on.
So what about digital products like online courses and stuff like that?
So why I think digital courses, and I bet you could even speak to this deeper than I can at this point, but your margins are gorgeous, right? You understand exactly how to position these products, and you understand that you don't have to necessarily have hard product costs of delivery like e-commerce stores or hard time spent outside of the investment in the content itself. So of course, Facebook or any tools to distribute that content is so valuable. And for a digital product, it's the beautiful thing about it. Once it's created, it lives. And now you just have to figure out what's the positioning, who's your avatar, who's your angle. And that again is all within Facebook. You can structure your campaigns in a certain way by angle, by demographic, by costs you're willing to spend. You really can skin this cat anyway.
Yeah, I agree, 110%. So e-com, lead gen, like lead gen agencies, consultancies, service-based businesses, SaaS, any kind of software tools, and then also online courses, digital products. If you are in any of those categories, you should be using Facebook ads. So let's talk about common myths and conceptions that people have when it comes to running Facebook ads. Like, let's talk about some don'ts.
So the first one is don't come in with immediate expectations of 100% profitability day one. It's not true. It won't happen. And it's a belief where it's going to be so easy that the first dollar I put in, I'm about to get 2, 3, 4, 5 back. It takes time. And what we go, hey, this is buying the data. We have to buy the data to make the decisions on the next optimization. That's the key thing. The second one is you don't actually have to invest in creating content. You can grab images off of a generic website, or I can take, I don't know, I can take the product itself and then throw it up on Facebook, and it's going to work. It's not exactly true. A smaller audience is better. Now, I know a lot of people claim that the riches are in the niches, right? Like people always run this around, especially in the guru space. I actually agree and disagree. I agree in that it gives you a better place to start when building out your audiences and your buyer personas and the potential creative that you can make. But I actually believe a product that doesn't need large explanation and easy to understand, like glasses, like socks, like any other product out there, that you can tweak it or put a little bit of a spin on it to position it differently, is where the real riches are. Because if you don't have to spend the money to educate a market, you can only spend the money on expanding who your brand is and saying, hey, I'm here, I'm raising my hand as a brand or product or service. Who would like to be a part of what we're doing, and who would like to kind of come along this journey of what we're about?
Yeah, love it. So what about people thinking that competition is too competitive or costs, it's so expensive? What are your thoughts there?
Great, so I'll separate those two. The first one is it's so competitive. I'm not going to deny this, it is. But guess what? If you're jumping into a competitive market, you don't have to spend the dollars to educate it. You have to spend the time to understand what consumer is going to respond best to you, which if you're planning and your structure and your framework is there, you're going to be able to speak to the right consumer. It is going to take you a little bit of time to get there, but if you have clear decision-making of when to turn on, turn off, and to change content, campaigns, or initial plans, you're in a good spot. You're better than where you started from.
Yeah, love it. What if, people thinking right now, my business is different, like it won't work for me? What are your thoughts there?
Why I believe each business fundamentally is the same is because of two things. The first, you have margins in your business. And second, you need more customers. I have never met a business that said, no, we're good. I'm good. I don't need any more customers right now. I have enough customers. That's great. I haven't met one yet, and I hope I never do, because that means we probably wouldn't be able to do work together. But the first one is you have margins. You have what you know you can acquire and spend. Whether you're spending it on a platform or you're spending it on other marketing materials, in-person trade shows, guess what? Those aren't happening. You're not going to meet people face-to-face. You're not going to go network. Those are the same things that we're able to do in the digital world, AKA on Facebook, the largest of the digital worlds. So what I would tell them is, if you believe that you have more than enough customers, okay, Facebook's not for you. If you believe that you can't afford to have new customers or don't understand your margins, okay, maybe Facebook isn't for you.
So Nick, what are the 3 foundations that people need to think about when it comes to running Facebook ads, or even before they launch their ad?
The first is understanding your margin. Another way of saying that is setting proper ROAS targets. The second is optimizing for your end goal. Oftentimes people are optimizing for their first step or second step because they've been told that that is the best way of acquiring new customers. It's wrong. Tell Facebook what you want, you will get it. And the last thing is make sure the pixel is on. Make sure you're giving some sort of data back to whoever you want to be reading this, so you can start to make some decisions. Those 3 things are all you need to know.
Yeah, Okay, and when it comes to your Facebook pixel, what is that and why is it so important?
So the Facebook pixel is the way that Facebook communicates with us as the advertisers based on all the actions consumers are taking on Facebook non-owned properties. I'll break that down real quick. The pixel is how we communicate to the advertiser. That way, we're able to optimize, build campaigns to retarget or remarket towards, and make decisions in the ad account.
Hope you're loving our videos and that you're getting heaps of value from them. If you are, make sure to hit the like button and make sure to subscribe to join the Foundr fam. If you did enjoy this video and want to continue to master your skills, make sure you click here to access your free training now, where we'll go into way more depth with this Foundr.